everybody, welcome back. This is A&G All Night Gaming. I'm your host, Old School, and today we're going to jump in and do a little work here on Fallout 4 with the Red Rocket. I was never really happy with this. I just threw a bunch of stuff down and got it going and figured I'd come back to it later, and later never came, but it is today. I've been looking around trying to get some inspiration from other people, and I saw a lot of different stuff, but none of it really spoke to me. There was one in particular, though, I did kind of like part of, which is using this as an entrance, and I think I might use that. I may do something with that. But other than that, what I think I'm going to do, because I want to keep the majority of the structure and have it visible, but I do like the idea of building on top as well. So we're going to end up using an elevator. I may keep these down here as well. I'm not sure about that part yet. Depends on how the up top part goes. I also have a lot of my friends from the Disney Infinity world who also had not played this game yet. And I've been telling them how great it is. So I thought I would do a demo here so they can get an idea what the building is like. So here we go. Definitely going to use an elevator. And I'm thinking if that's going to end up being the entrance, this is just here for the moment. Where would I want to stick the elevator? I'm thinking to the side. But then another part of me thought in the back, but then if it's in the back, it's going to kind of be awkward to get all the way around there. Not as awkward as that. I'm thinking it's going to probably be right about here, so let's go ahead and see. Hopefully I got enough materials. I think I've got it linked to my Sanctuary Hills, which would give us more than enough materials. I don't use any mods. That said, I do use glitches a lot. So that's where I got all these materials from. I just duplicated the crap out of them. Where are we at here? Gotta get myself focused. Elevator, elevator, talk to me. There you go. And we want a 2-floor, perfect. We'll just drop it right there for the moment. It's a bad habit I got. You don't have to back out. That's what I needed to do. This over here because we're definitely going to use that. The world famous pillar glitch. Alright, so as we can see already, this doesn't exactly line up with the top, so there's a couple of different ways we can address that. We can either put a base underneath this and elevate it so that it lines up, or we can come up with a platform and do some stairs or something like that. I tend to think that I'm going to prefer to elevate it. So now the question is, how much elevation does it require? Let's move this over here. Let's go here. And we'll go into the warehouse, I think this is for this one. I like the brick. And we'll stick that, I guess right about there. Try and make sure this is pretty straight in case I decide to build on more with it. It's a lot easier to get it right now. That actually does look pretty straight. Wow. Talk about beginner's luck. And then, let's see, we need the door facing that way, or the, not door so much as entrance. And hopefully it's going to cooperate with this part. If not, we will have to use the pillar glitch already. And we are going to. Or, let's do this first. See what the height's doing. Let's just see what our height looks like. closer, that's not a problem. I do think it can go just a little bit higher, even though it's going to be back further. Although it's going to sit on top of this. We'll see. What? Oh, stupid cow. Move. Never fails. Alright, let's go with it there. Let me guess, the elevator's up there. It'd help if I hit the right button. Let's see how this is looking. Again, it's going to be back here a little bit more. I'm going to have to relocate these because we're going to build up here. Getting the lay of the land here. All right, I'm thinking we're gonna back it up a little bit. See if this is still straight or not. Looks pretty good. Alright, what we're going to need to do, let's get this over here, and the pillar glitch. That's a little overpowering right now. We didn't grab anything else. I didn't think there would be anything to grab, but why are we not cooperating? Maybe I'm too close. Let's see. Well, there should be enough space. Let's see. Grab that. See, it's already red. That's what's disturbing now, because this might not work. The objective was to sit it up here, which I didn't think was going to be an issue. And then we're going to put stairs up to it. But we may have to reverse engineer this thing if it's going to be a problem. Let me see. Yeah, it's almost like it won't let you... let me try, just for giggles. I know it's a stretch, but nothing ventured. Now may not have sat flush. Let's see. If an item's not sitting flush on the carpet, the glitch won't work. So I'm not sure if it's... Like, it looks to me like that's not... You see how it's raising up? So we gotta find a spot where it's likely to sit flush, and then we'll know if it works or not. It sounds like it would work. It's making the sound effects that we normally get. But no, it's not. Boom, boom, boom. Put this over here somewhere where it'll be easy to find because we'll be using it. And realistically, as for this, let's go ahead and... Oh, I wonder if that was the problem. That could have been it, dummy. Alright, let's go this route. Move this in a little bit closer. I bet you that's what it was. And we need... Set that up there. Anyone who's not familiar, this is how you get Wi-Fi power in this game, so you don't have to have the wires running to direct connect. So it can be a problem a lot of the time. And this little cheat apparently has been around for many, many years and clearly is not going anywhere. Nor should it. Doesn't hurt the game in any way. And there are people that want that clean look. And then if you do want it to look scrappy with the wires everywhere, you can still do that. Let me see, can I sit it on top now? Alright, still won't let me sit it on top willingly, but let's see if we can pillar glitch it now that the wire's not involved anymore. Got enough of a gap there. Nah, still ain't playing. Alright, well, it was the thought. And then we go to the other plan. So what I'm going to do right now is I'll store it in case I need it. I don't like wasting stuff. Bring this back to as close as we can get it. Gotta go higher. Well, this won't go higher. I know that now. Alright, so instead... Well, the more I'm thinking about this... For what I want to build upstairs, the NPCs are not going to use an elevator. They don't have the mechanics to push buttons. So this may end up being a stair issue to begin with. Let me do this for right now. I'll just use it for me getting up and down for the build. Was gonna use the power armor and jet up there, but trying to do a build in power armor, the coloring's a little bit different, and it's just not good. Oh, that's still not gonna work because it's not high enough. Myself some more room, I can clear that jump. There we go. So I'm going to move all these guys down here out of the way for now. Going to go into our structures, and we're going to start with the prefabs. What I like about this one in particular is it sets you up with walls and everything so you can make rooms any direction you pretty much want to go. These lines should provide us with a pretty good measuring stick as to whether we're running straight or not. And the other good thing is we're so early in the build, if anything needs to get swapped around, you can just grab the whole bunch of it. Like I was thinking this might be too close, but looks like it's cooperating. Okay, good start. Now right about here is obviously where the roof slants up, and it would be pretty tough to make that work. So this is going to be the core of what we're going to be building is down here. We have enough room on the side to make a second floor. Go to our walls here. We'll put one here. And I like one here. You hear the sound of all that ka-ching. I don't make none of that money. So that gives us the main. I'm thinking, let's do this. Alternate them. Not sure if this is going to work based on size, but we'll see. There's some nice walls here in the warehouse with some decent windows. Like these are all shattered out, but if you get lucky, there's another couple in there that aren't so bad. Like that one. This way you have a view of what's going on around you. It's not all dingy and dark. Cool. And from here we can kind of make separation of rooms here. Okay, let me see if these all... Yeah, see the warehouse walls are bigger, so I won't be able to make that work on the interior, which is fine. Wasn't really my plan, so let's go over back to the wood structure. And I thought it would. No? I kind of thought these things would all snap tight right here. Well, that's interesting. Alright, it's going to be a lot of glitching. Whole lot of glitching going on. Well, no, actually this one's cooperating. not snapping, but it's cooperating. I'm not that fussy as long as you cooperate. Ooh, ooh. The art of this game in building is patience and don't take no for an answer. Just keep messing with it till it cooperates. And you can see that's way off whack, so I'm not going to leave it like that. I'm going to line it up a little nicer. That's one of the good things about the wood floors is you get a lot of those lines that you can use for reference. Bam. This one's already... How's this one looking? It's pretty straight. It's a little further back than the first one. Oh, this one snapped in, that's why, okay. So, we're not going to correct that one. Alright, so we come in, hang a curve, and then we can make a couple of different rooms here. Now here's where it's going to get fun, because it's not going to want to let this happen because of the archway it puts on top, which I don't understand why they do that. They should have interior doors that just have the flat wall without all these little funky features. I don't think there's another option with that. Let's see. I don't think it's going to be any better with that. Theirs is also pretty aggressive, but it might fit. Let me see. Nope. And that just would look stupid, so we'll say no on that one. And I was almost thinking about making this a cement build in general, but I'm going to do that for another one. We can glitch this in. Pretty sure we can. So I think that's going to be the plan of attack on this. So we'll just stick that right there right now. Come over here, go down and grab this. Now, because of the surface we're talking about, it's not going to go through, right? But there is a trick. Yeah, those go higher, but that's okay. I don't mind it. So we're going to need that thing to be able to sink up and down, and then hopefully it'll cooperate at that point. No guarantees. But here's one I learned that I thought was super clever. And again, this is a lot of the stuff that I picked up is from Schooled, what's it called? Schooled Zone? No mods on all of his stuff, and he does really, really good work. So if you go to your decorations, no? There you go, miscellaneous, and get your fire pit. Might seem odd, but stick that where you want the pillar to go, because the pillar is going to read this is dirt, and now this should pass through. Now we do have wood on top of steel, so that may create a conundrum. We'll have to find out. And it's kind of good that we're on a slope, because we want it uneven, so the pillar has something to work with. Bam. Part 1 successful. So as you can see now, it'll go up and down on the steel where it normally wouldn't. That said, it's still not allowing it to move this side here and see if anything different. perfect world, I'd kind of like it to go right like that. But it looks like it's going to be difficult. Alright. Let's stick this over here out of the way for now. There are a number of ways to skin a cat in this game. Put this over here for the moment. Go over Tower Barns, and then miscellaneous. You have 2 wooden poles. I would take the shorter of the 2 in this situation. It wants to attach itself. This may be a problem. Okay. See, this one's actually sinkable. No, I guess not. Thought it was. Alright, let me just see. Okay, well, this one we're at least getting some blue, which is a good sign. And we're doing the exact same thing. We're just using a different tool. And like I said, with this game, it's funny. Sometimes going in reverse. In other words, instead of trying to put the door in facing this way, if I just flip myself around, face this way, and back it in, it'll work. So you just got to keep messing with different options, because we're basically making the game do stuff it doesn't want to do almost all the time. Otherwise the builds would be pretty boring, I think. Yeah, way too close. We're going to end up taking the whole thing. When you go to grab objects, if you have other objects around you at the time... What just happened? It'll grab all of them indiscriminately. So right now, if I were to grab this pillar and hold it to do a grab all, it would grab everything because of the proximity. It's too close. Need more room. So the one object that I want, I need to move it away so that it's focusing on that and nothing else. Alright, now back to trying to get this thing to cooperate. Bugger. There we go. I guess I should. Well, no, this might work. Let's see. Alright, let's try again. Move this a little bit to the left. It'll allow me to have a view of the door better. Now we all saw that it turned blue a minute ago, right? So it can be done. We just got to figure out where the sweet spot is. Because again, it doesn't want to do it. Let me think here. I'll try a couple things. First, we're going to move this over way farther. Got a little bit of blue action going on there. Hmm. Still got a couple of other ideas. Which will require this. Why am I going the long... You stooge. There you go. Alright, let's put this over here for the moment and not use it at all. Let's give the carpet a chance. Could work. Get it down here where it's pretty much flat. Now again, we're pretty close to the building itself, so this may end up being too much. Yeah, see it grab the whole building. So let me try pushing it a little further back. We'll see if that... Let's get this out of here for a minute altogether. Now we can bring it up. And hopefully, yes, it'll only grab the one piece. And now, see, essentially it should just read the carpet itself, which is on a flat surface. Okay, there's a workaround. That might do it. Yeah, I think we got it. Really? Seemed like it was working a second ago. Because again, the carpet, which is not even touching the wall at this point in time, or the door entry, should only be focusing on itself. And it's on a flat surface, level. Definitely something that conforms. Now, let's try what I said earlier, going backwards and watch. Look at the difference already. No? And normally the cement is a very pliable, obviously not in the real world, but in this game it tends to be pretty forgiving and one of the easier, I find, components to negotiate with, but not this time. So it'll go blue once it's completely outside of it. Let's see how that looks. How does that look? Oh, that might actually work. Everything's sealed off. Sure. Alright, I'm good with that. I agree to those terms. Only cool people know the reference. Alright, so with that said, let's get back here. Concrete wall again. Get another door. Oh, that's angled. No, that's okay. We're not going to do that. Oh, snap. Went a little too far at a time. Buttons. There we go. Gotta love the buttons. Alright, I'm gonna get the carpet there. Jump back into the workshop and Try not to fall off the ledge this time. Get it as close as I can. And walk it back in again. Actually, this time, don't really need to back it in. Pretty much established what the challenge was. And again, we got those lines on the wood floor to really help us out and know that we're going straight. But that one is much further than this one, which I'm not real happy with that. So let's try one more time. Now, one of the things, if you're getting ready to move a major piece that you've spent some time working on and measuring out, there's always a chance that when you snap it in, it's not going to be right. And that's when you want to do a quick save before you do it, because otherwise you got to redo all that work again. In this case, it's not that much work, so I think it's more work to do the quick save on this. Okay, let's try again. See. That's good for me. Alright, we're going to do the same. I'm wondering, do I want to use cement wall divider? Or stick with the wood? Problem with the wood is that one actually clicking in. Funny how sometimes it will and sometimes it won't. Let's see where we're at here. I don't want to do that. You know, perfect world to be right there. So let's go out here. Grabbed everything, didn't it? Yeah. Kind of surprising. That's a pretty good distance. Oh, did it again. Could be the material itself being the cement, possibly. Okay, that's not happening. Whoops. Should probably put a rail up there. Good. like it's cooperating a little bit. Problem now is I have a crappy point of view and I can't see how we're lining up. So let me readjust and hopefully it'll still cooperate. Looks like it. Look at that. So that's the biggest challenge in building with this game, really. Is you just got to keep messing around till you find what you're looking for. Get some light up here since it's going to be nighttime soon. Borrow this real quick. Where did I put my... Oh, over here. I think I accidentally pillar glitched. Oh, there it is. Didn't think I put it that far back. So again, you just connect one of your conduits up to the power generator, line up so your reticle is only highlighting the line but still pointing to your power source. And then on the PlayStation, hit the triangle, which is the upper button. And now whatever I connect it to will be live. Problem is I forgot to put a conduit here, so I'm not sure if it'll hold that or not. No. Alright, let's get out of that one. There we go. Come back over here, and I'll go ahead and make like, I guess 3 for now. Be enough to get us going. I generally find a 3 will light up a pretty good amount of room if you place them strategically. Alright, when you hear that little sound effect, that's when it's working. That's connected. Throw that in the workshop. So basically now that item has got power to it without being wired. And it becomes its own power source and wireless. So you don't want to highlight anything other than the wire when you're doing this, and just have it pretty close to your target, like that. Doesn't have to be a bullseye. That Brahman's going to walk through here one more time and we're going to have some bacon. There it goes. So now these are all live. And we can do a couple of things, but I think the simplest thing is going to be just take the whole pole. Sure if that's going to travel. So let's again just pop this on up there. Otherwise you have to go back one at a time, and who wants to do that? When I do my construction stuff, I generally like a lot of light. So the lights that I'm hanging now are not necessarily the ones that will stay, but for the purpose of building, they're the ones that I find do the best job. And that is the very first one. Omits quite a bit of light. that one's too far away. You gotta be within 3 panels, generally speaking, although that's pretty close. Oh, wait, not to the power source, though. The power source is way down here. Now, I don't need to leave it down here, though. I can move it about midway up, and now everyone has power. So that's what I meant by strategic. Alright, now we got plenty of light. And we're going to do this last cement wall. And I think we were using the wood pillar, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Again, I want to try and get away from the main structure a bit so we don't have why is it red? There it goes. Why does it seem like it's much longer? Is it longer? I thought these are the same size. Yeah, this is a totally different. How is that possible? I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of a gap there, but not that much. Very strange. Looks like a one sheet. That's the same. Maybe this needs to move down a little further. Now I'm afraid to move it, though. Well, let's go ahead and do a quick save, just in case things don't cooperate. We'll try it this way. So this time we got the pillar a little higher up. Saw it flash blue, that's a good sign. Okay, that fits. See something else here real quick. If it worked once, it should work twice. Maybe. Yeah, I feel like that's wildly crooked. Probably because it is. Let's see, is there any chance? See, the great thing with Disney Infinity, you would just put up a collision box there and take care of the whole problem. A trigger area. They don't have one of those in this game. Yeah. I have to try again. Just for fun. This might make a difference, I'm not sure, but it might. way off. I see that already. Problem right now is lining up the board in a position where you can still see what the hell you're doing. Easier said than done. But this is part of the challenge. Can't deal with that anymore. Getting that momentary flash of blue, which is a good sign. It means it's going to fit. We just got to find out where exactly. That looks straight. Oh, but it's not. Well, it's not that it's not straight. It's jumped. I'm not going to have a problem with that. Otherwise, I will never get done with this part of the build. And again, this is 200 years after nuclear devastation, so we're not going to exactly have guys building things up to code permit. We'll end up in a couple of beds up there. This is pretty much a door that I use most of the time. Oops, we gotta do the interior ones. Like I said, I could always build on top, although with these walls protruding up, maybe not so much. I might leave this as like a sitting area or something like that. Put some tables, chairs, fireplace around it, something like that. I'm not sure. But basically, I want to have the settlers up here so they're away from the raiders and everybody else that may do them harm. Which is why I was thinking I'm going to scrap all that stuff down there, but I may still have a use for it. And we're only about halfway through the memory, so we got plenty to go. Alright, well, that's going to be it for this one. I'll definitely be revisiting this and putting more into it. And you guys will be able to stop back and check it out. I think I've got some stuff that I'm going to be doing more of a show and tell on, stuff that I've already done. Far Harbor, I've got one build in particular that I really love. Can't wait to show it to you guys. Putting a little package together for that prior to doing the stream. And then there's one here that was completely inspired by somebody else's work, and I did everything I could to meticulously copy it. Got most of it, but it just, man, when I'm going to do something like this, if I don't already have a vision for it, I'll go to YouTube and see what other people have built for that same location and try and see what little bits and pieces I can maybe pull and say, okay, I can do this, but I'll do this differently. And with this one in particular, that I don't want to give it away right yet. Well, I can tell you it's over at Dalton and Far Harbor. But when I got there and looked around, I said, yeah, I only see one vision for this place. And definitely very happy with the way it turned out. We will be looking at that sometime next week. That's what I'm thinking. All right, that's going to wrap us up. Thanks for being here, guys. Drop a like on it if you haven't already. You have any questions that I can help you with? I'm late to the party, so you guys probably know most of this stuff already. But if there's any questions you have, I'll be happy to help you out with anything I can. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you right back here on ANG.
Oh, la, la.